Hey y'all, this is Ginginese, coach of the Vermont Venusaurs, here with Week 7 of the PAC YouTube Draft League. This week we're taking on ITZWhateva and the Sacramento Blings. We're pretty close in record for the season, and with only 2 games left, I really need to get this win in order to get a chance at playoffs, but my opponent has a really great matchup into us, I think. They have things like Greninja, Kyurem, Jirachi, and Terra Great Tusk, so let me go ahead and show you what I'm bringing for this week. First off, as always, we have Tua. This week we're Assault Vest and a Naive Nature. We're bringing Grass Knot because I think that the Great Tusk is likely going to be Terra Water, and this can do quite a bit of damage into that. We have Mooring Rune, our Focus Sash, Roaring Moon. A very interesting set this week, but I think I want it to fill a specific role. We'll be able to knock off and U-turn into things if we get a free switch, and Roar is there in case Greninja gets a Battle Bond boost, something of those lines. We also have Colossus, our Golurk, who's becoming a favorite on the team now. This is Choice Band with Trick to hopefully work really well in Trick Room, which you'll see later. We have Big Tony, our Choice Scarf Heatran. It is Terra Grass, although I'm not sure that we are going to be terraing. Fire Blast is strong into pretty much all of my opponent's team if we can get some damage on Greninja. We have Chips, our Garganackle is coming again for the first time in a few weeks. This is Terra Bug with Iron Defense, and Heavy Slam just for my opponent's Screamtail. I think Iron Defense Body Press can be really strong. And finally, we have Pro Hater, our Hatterene. This is likely going to be our lead. It is Trick Room, very similar to last week with that Life Orb, but just incredibly strong, and most of my team, or at least these last 4 members, are going to be slower than most of my opponent's team. So I'll cut until we get into the battle. All right, here we are for the battle against ITZWhateva. He just told me that his Great Tusk is Terra Grass, which means that my Grass Knot on Palafin is worthless, but let's see, we've got Kyurem. We have Greninja, we have Screamtail, we have Jirachi, and we have the Electrode, which is actually amazing. I'm going to lead my Hatterene. The only reason I wasn't going to is because it has a bad matchup into Muck, but my opponent didn't bring Muck, which is awesome. Electrode, Hisui. Unfortunately, I'm not entirely sure what Hisui and Electrode does. It's fast and has like grass and electric coverage. Let's see, Energy Ball, like Volt Switch, T-Bolt, stuff like that. But can't do anything into my Hatterene. So good luck, have fun to my opponent. Really excited to see how this goes. If they lead Jirachi, I think we switch into Palafin. Otherwise, we just go for the Trick Room right away and see how that goes. Good luck, have fun to my opponent here. They're a very good battler. I've seen a few of their battle videos for this season, and they have some really creative sets. So, okay, it is the Electrode. Now, Electrode can't do anything into me, or anything too bad into me, because obviously I'm Magic Bounce, so I will just go straight for the Trick Room here. We'll see about how much damage you do, whether you're like a boosting set or something along those lines, but according to my calc here, max special attack and timid would do about 30% max to my Hatterene, and then I get up Trick Room, so I'm in a great position. Hard Withdraw. Screamtail, I think, would probably be the worst thing here. It's the Jirachi. Okay. I am not really that worried about Jirachi. Let's see. So if it's like a Flash Cannon, I eat. How worried am I about Jirachi, though? Like, what is Jirachi really stopping me from? Or stopping me doing? Like, this could still be a good opportunity to get this set up, but I think I want to see what you are. We are just going to go straight for a Mystical Fire here. This will do, you know, even if you're like max HP, this is going to do well over 50%. Let's see how much we do. Almost kills, which is pretty crazy. The special attack drop, and then you go for a Meteor Mash, which just straight up kills me. Okay, so I had like 150, about 150. Meteor Mash, does that tell us anything? It's probably like Jolly something. It might have been Jolly High Roll, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. We're going to go straight into my Golurk. So Jirachi is Mash. If it's Mash, it might have like Drain Punch, something along those lines. We obviously kill with anything, so what is our best move into everything else? Probably Poltergeist. I think like Greninja is the only thing that wants to take a Poltergeist. Go Lurk, because we're Choice Banded. We 2-hit KO with Poltergeist. I'm not sure that we really want to stay locked into that, but we'll go for it. And you were Culberberry. Okay, doesn't matter. So Jirachi's going to go down. I'll take that trade. I'll take Jirachi for Hatterene. I don't think Hatterene in the long run is going to have, like, it got the Trick Room up, right? We still have a couple turns left. If you do go Gren, just because Gren is such a threat, I might just go for the Poltergeist anyway, try to see what set you are. I don't know that you can one-shot me with too much unless you're like a boosting move. Obviously like a Hydro Pump or a Dark Pulse will kill me if you're Life Orb. But we'll see what my opponent decides to do here. Just hard Great Tusk? Okay. That's interesting. Let's see. You didn't get the booster, so you're not booster energy. We still have 2 turns left. If you're not booster and you're like, I don't know, heavy duty boots, this I've got in my calc max HP. This would 2-shot, and I don't know that you can hit me back. So what is your item? AV. Okay. And we do a ton of damage. My goodness. Ice Spinner shouldn't kill me. That's a lot of damage, but it doesn't KO me. And this is going to be the last turn of Trick Room here. We could potentially just get this Great Tusk to go down right now. Again, even Greninja, I'm not too worried about. I would take a ton of damage here. Great Tusk is at, what is that, probably like 30-ish%? No, that's more than that. Let's see. Yeah, in my calc I probably did. So we'll say, we'll say 30. If it does switch out here. I don't imagine that you would switch. I would think that you let this go down and then you send out Greninja to get a Battle Bond boost. Oh, but you're gonna... Okay, so Tusk is at like about 35-ish%. What is this? Greninja. I mean, again, this is still doing a ton of damage, and we know it's Scarf. Okay. So much damage. Okay, so Greninja is Choice Scarf. That is really good to know. Scarf. We know that Tusk has Spinner, but is not Terrid yet. So with Scarf, I mean, you could Dark Pulse, right? My Palafin. Or I guess I'm not really going to go into Palafin here. And I am too scared to do anything else. So I think we will just let this go down. It dies to Tusk, Kyurem, Greninja, Electrode. It doesn't die to Screamtail, but is that a reason to save this at all? Into Greninja, my Palafin, we just take so much damage. Moon obviously does not, but you could Ice Beam. I don't think that you would. I'm going to go Garg. I think this is not as good of an option as I was hoping for, just based on his team setup. So let's see what you go for here. Dark Pulse. Okay. That does 51. That's an easy number. 51, that does look like Timid. Could you get that if you were Modest? No, that has to be Timid Scarf. Okay. We do KO with Heavy Slam. So I will go for that. Anything that you want to switch in here gets rocked by that. Okay, there is a switch. Sweet. So Greninja's at like 10%. We also didn't see Protean, so it is Battle Bond and Heavy Slam. Great prediction. That's got to be full Fizz Def. That is so much defense. My Heavy Slam, Garganackle. Yeah, that should have done closer to 50. Well, okay, so it's not max defense, but it is quite a bit of defense. We don't see leftovers, though. I will just go for Heavy Slam again. We don't see leftovers, so I'll call this I don't know, not assault vest. We'll say like citrus berry or something. We see it has wish. If you are wish protect encore, that's crazy. Okay, you do switch. I probably Tusk here, right? Electrode, interesting. My Garg. That does absolutely nothing. That's more of a defensive set than I thought. Oh, it is helmet. Okay. And you're going to recover up to full. Rocky helmet. Yeah, based on the amount of damage, I mean, that's probably like a closer to a max defense set. If I tear a bug, I mean, bug puts me in a pretty solid spot. Let's see, Heatran. I mean, we're not faster. More than likely, we're not faster. But we do take everything. I think I will stay Garg here. Well, actually, we're dangerously close to just having a sweep with Heatran. So I think we'll stay Garg here, and we will Iron Defense and see what happens. Just a Leech Seed? Okay. Yeah, that's what I expected. So at +2 defense, we're doing about 50%. But because of those seeds, I am a little worried. Do I need to be Grass Heatran? Do I need to be Grass Heatran? No, because that's worse for Kyurem. We're not faster than Greninja, but well, that's kind of a big thing. We do kill with Jet Punch. So I think we're going to Terra here and Iron Defense one more time. If we Iron Defense one more time, how are we looking? Yeah. So let's I-Def one more time. We'll Terra. This could be a wrong play if he switches. He does not switch. Amazing. Just based on the amount of damage that we did with Heavy Slam, I can't imagine that you have a ton of investment with your special attack. And we can recover after this play. I think we will just go for a straight body press after this play. Giga Drain does almost nothing. Giga Drain. Okay. Yeah, that looks like you have very, very little investment. We'll try to get a better look at exactly how much damage you're doing next time, but I am going to go for a body press here. If we get into range where we can KO this with Jet Punch, I feel a lot better. Discharge. That did about 20-ish. Does that look right? Eh. Okay, based on what I have in my calcs here, there is nothing that you can do to kill me. Unless you have... Because you have Seed, Giga, and Discharge. Yeah, I'll recover here. Discharge, maybe a roll to kill, but it does not. Amazing. This is putting in a lot of work. Obviously, Greninja can come out and get the KO, but because it has such little HP, let's look at Greninja, my Palafin, before it gets big. Yeah, honestly, Jet Punch will still kill in the baby form. I just want to kill this. This has too much speed, can do too much to me. We'll get the KO here. Body press KOs. Electrode, that's down. So we are now left with a very low, like 30-ish% Screamtail, 35-ish% Tusk, 10% Greninja, and then the Kyurem. So you can send out Greninja and kill me, but then you're locking yourself into something. Screamtail would have to go for an Encore, and because I'm +4, my body presses Probably 2-hit KO. Let's see what Kyurem goes for. I cannot possibly afford to let this set up on me. So we're not going to switch. We will just go for a straight body press here and let you KO me. With only 39 HP, I don't think that there's any possible thing that we're going to figure out about this set other than what one move is. It's an Ice Beam. There's no way in hell that I would ever live that. So Ice Beam takes me down. We don't see any sort of boost though. So Heatran, if he's got an Earth Power that kills, if we can get just a little bit of damage on this guy, man, we are in such a good spot with Heatran. We don't die to a Freeze Dry unless it's Specs from Kyurem, in which case we'd be faster. And because Screamtail's so low, I think we actually take this as an opportunity to get out our Palafin, sack our Golurk, because Golurk is going to be slower than everything else and will die to everything else. I'm not as worried about Screamtail now that it has such little HP, but we can get this guy activated. God, we are so close. And the Poltergeist really helped let us get a little bit of insight. That Tusk is not a problem. Greninja shouldn't be too much of a problem. Like, honestly, between Palafin and Moon and Heatran, I am really confident in the rest of this battle here. Assuming that this goes down, let's look at just Specs just in case. Specs Freeze Dry would not kill my Palafin. And we 2-hit KO with Jet Punch. Do you change moves? You do, okay. So it's not Specs. I'm going to put Heavy Duty Boots in the calc. But that goes down. Last thing, just because we have some, well, no, there's no reason to worry about it. We will just go into our Palafin here. I will, while I've got some time, Palafin into that Screamtail. I think we do kill with Jet Punch. So this honestly might be a sweep right here with Palafin unless something crazy happens. In my calc I have Timid max speed and max special attack. Nowhere close, even with Modest, because it switched moves, even with Modest, if it was like Never Melt Ice. Okay, there's a hard switch. What do we see? Screamtail? Screamtail 100% goes down to Drain Punch into Jet Punch. Yeah, not even a question. It doesn't. Oh my goodness. Okay, but that Drain Punch should kill. And I'm happy to go for that. Show me Protect. I don't believe you have it. And you do. There is nothing. You don't want to switch. So unless you have Protect here, that was actually a better situation for me that Jet Punch didn't KO. Because I think Tusk would go down. Greninja definitely goes down. Kyurem definitely goes down. Let's see. Does Tusk? I should have taken a second here to check if Tusk goes down to a Drain Punch. It doesn't look like it does, actually. That's bad. That could be pretty bad. Okay. Yeah, this is going to be the... It goes Kyurem. Okay. How much... My calc is saying that we do about 50% to Kyurem. And we do. That's awesome. That is awesome. I will take that damage for sure. So not quite up to full. But again, I will take this Drain Punch. Scream is now at like 2%. We'll say 5%. Freeze Dry, that's not going to KO because we're AV. Does a lot of damage though. and we can Drain Punch for free. You probably sack Scream, that's at like 30-ish% for Kyurem. Oh, sack Greninja? Okay, Ninja goes down. Okay, okay, we are looking really, really solid. Honestly, at this point, I have a feeling that Moon wins. Okay, out comes Tusk. Assuming you Terra Grass. Ooh. Okay, because I feel like you have to Terra and Rapid Spin. So we're faster than Screamtail. Let's look at Roaring Moon into the remaining things here. Knock off 100% kill. We're faster than Screamtail, no question. Yeah, faster than Screamtail, and we're faster than Kyurem. So we just need to get any damage that we can on this Tusk here. You are absolutely going to Terra. There is the Terra. We know it's AV. Rapid Spin will not kill me. Drain Punch actually did do more damage. Or sorry, Wave Crash actually did do more damage than Drain Punch here. But that's a good chunk. I should have just Wave Crashed though, because now you can, if you Rapid Spin, there is the Rapid Spin. So now you're faster than everything. You don't have a way of... I think I still win. I Jet Punch for any amount of damage that I can. There's the Terra Blast. And unless you have a multi-hit move, Roaring Moon is going to clean up the win here. We'll send out Moon with its Sash intact, and we knock off 3 times, and we get the KO. We get the win. We could also U-turn. Is that better? No, it doesn't matter. Unless you have some crazy multi-hit move that I don't know about, Tusk will not be able to recover anything here because it's AV. It will probably knock me down to my Sash, but I will get the KO on this, and then even if you somehow manage to get some priority, like an Ice Shard with Kyurem, Heatran will come out and Flash Cannon twice and win the game. So I think this is pretty much locked up for us. It's just a matter of do we get the 2-0 or the 1-0 at this point. I think our opponent is probably taking a lot of time, as they should, to try to see if there is any out here. But because we did switch to a Focus Sash set, we should be good. Yeah, I can't see a scenario that we lose this. Headlong Rush is not going to be able to do anything. There's no flinch change. Doesn't even get us down to the Sash. And with that defense drop, Knockoff will absolutely kill. Amazing. According to the calc I have up for Kyurem, a Knockoff by itself does way more than they could possibly live. So we won't even risk the scale shot miss. But they are sending out Kyurem first. Yeah, if this is like Never Melt Ice with Ice Shard, no, they're not, and that's going to be a knockoff kill on Kyurem as well. And then we will get a final knockoff kill on Screamtail, and that'll be GG. Really, really good game for my opponent. I was so scared of their team this whole week in prep. They have an incredibly well-balanced team, and I saw how well they were playing in some of their videos that I was watching for scouting, and they're an incredibly good player as well. This win, I think, is going to put us above them in terms of record, but not in terms of differential, because we only got this 2-0. So it will be Covert Cloak as expected for the Garg. It will be a tight one coming down to next week to see if we can get into playoffs. Because our differential is bad, we might need to get a win, but this win definitely helps us secure at least some backdoor scenarios. So GG's again to my opponent. Good luck, have fun with their last week of the season. I will catch you all in the last week of the season next week. Peace.